Morning. As Ryan said, I won't be able to use the microphone, but I've been told I can bellow with the best of them, so hopefully everybody can hear me. You know, my opponent, the current legislator from HD6, recently in a committee hearing said, and I quote, "Math and I are not friends." Makes sense that she was on the Fiscal Stability Commission. In any case, I think that there is a kind of math that too many politicians understand all too well, and that's 50% plus 1, and that's what they get. Can we just win, and when we get in, can we just push through whatever we want to push through because we have 50% plus 1? I don't believe that is the kind of math that most Americans and most Coloradoans understand. I think the kind of math that they're interested in is, how am I going to pay my bills? How am I going to send my kids to school? How am I going to meet payroll? That's the kind of math that people in this district and in this state and in this country care about. And that's the kind of math that we need to be addressing as a party and as a government. How do we make it easier for businesses to hire, for good wages to be earned, and for people to build a good life for themselves? Now, we talk a lot about ideals, and we should. We talk a lot about our ideals. But people are really mostly interested in what works. And we're lucky, because fortunately, we're the party of freedom. And you know something, to borrow a line from Ronald Reagan, freedom works. Freedom works in education, where charter schools and private schools allow parents to have the say, and homeschooling, allow parents to have the say that they deserve in their child's education. Freedom works in energy, where the entire panoply of options we have, not just the sexy green stuff, but also the workhorses of clean coal and gas and hopefully nuclear. That works to keep prices low for our businesses and to allow people to do trivial things like heat their homes. Freedom works there. Freedom works when it's applied to our state budget, when it's understood that that when a government says, we need $1 of yours, what it's really saying is that the least important thing we will do with that dollar is more important than the most important thing you can possibly do with it. They had better be right when they make that statement. And too often, recently, they have not been right. We need to return to the notion that it's the people's money, and that when it's left with them to spend, left with you, left with us, to spend how we want, then that's how we build a strong economy and a strong Colorado and make dreams come true. That's how freedom works. You know, I had the chance to testify against a bill recently in the state legislature. It was sponsored by my opponent, that would have provided for the public funding of state legislative campaigns. I was in front of a fairly partisan committee. For those of you who don't know, the State Veterans and Military Affairs Committee is among the most partisan committees in the legislature. And believe it or not, the bill died. It was killed 7-4. And so fortunately, we won't have that. And part of the reason that I was there, the main reason that I was there, was because when it's applied to campaigns and applied to elections, and people have the chance to go out and support the candidates that they want to support and not have the government to select which candidates are worthy of support, we get good candidates, we get good legislators. And so even in our elections process, freedom works. We're going to have the opportunity this morning and this afternoon, to put that to the test. And I look forward in District 6 to earning your support this afternoon I hope all of you have a good time today and put serious thought into the resolutions and the candidates we nominate. Because when we go back to the legislature and we return power to the citizens of Colorado, those ideas, freedom, will work for us in the fall, and it will work for the citizens of Colorado out into the future. Thank you very much.